Hello everyone and welcome back to Apprentice League in UR. Today we are starting off the season in Spain in Apprentice League to start season 13 before we start JL, CL and UL later on. We have only got a grid of 7, it was 8, but unfortunately we had to ask someone to DNF because they had the ping of the average citizen of North Korea. 7 people today with 2 new people in Matthew, Gill and where is he? Infrared. So we will be looking to see how they get on today. Apparently Infrared is pretty good. I've not really seen him race much, but we will wait and see. Lexus is returning to hopefully go for the title this season. Same as Axis, same as Ricky Y, same as Siskin. MW is new as well, actually, who's been hyped up to hell. First lap of qualifying. Provisional pole is Siskin with a .9. That is a decent time for AL so far. He is returning to hopefully do better than what happened last season. Had a couple little mishaps at the end stages of last season. He's signed with Solaris in JL as well, so maybe we could see Phantom with a bit of training get him up to that sort of standard. Lexus also with a pretty decent time. Ricky Boy just behind Axis Not, who's also a JL and now CL main. Second lap of quali, it's Lexus who takes the provisional pole away from Siskin with a .78. That is also pretty damn good time. We will wait and see what happens down at the bottom. Pretty much everyone is within about a second and a half of each other. Matthew Gao is just struggling a little bit more at the back there. Axis is actually not doing the best either. We will wait and see if he improves. Doesn't look like he is. He's hit a lot of grass this lap every time I've looked at him. Crossing the line for the final time for the first race will be Lexus. It takes pole. It's not, it's Mitchell MW44 who's going to take pole position in Spain. Damn, that is a great time for him with a .6. That's a pretty good time even for JL and maybe even CL. Lexus in P2 with a .75, still a pretty damn good time. Siskin in P3, Axis improving up to P4, pushing Ricky Boy down to P5 at Infrared, and Matthew Gill in P6 and P7. Well then, we are back to start the season off in Apprentice League. 20 laps around the base. Spain has eyes to the lights, foot to the floor, and we are racing. Only 7 people on the grid, but that is fine. Mixed between the soft and medium tires. MW leads into turn 1. Infrared and Axis are both pushed off the track. There's a lag rocket going on with Infrared, and he is dead. That's not ideal start for either of them. To MW, Lexus and Siskin getting away pretty smoothly. Ricky Boy is up into P4, now into P3 as Siskin makes a mistake. Lexus takes the run off. MW back into the lead of the race. Little bit of a brake check from Ricky, gets pushed off just about and goes off the track there. That wasn't a push. Further back, Axis got pushed off once again just to start his season how it ended last time. Unlucky. Trying to make a move on Matthew Gao into turn 1 and gets the move done. Hits the grass and reverses the move. Siskin back up into P3. Matthew Gao just on the tail. Tries to go down the inside of all 4 drivers and that is never going to work. MW, they're letting him escape here, which is not to be advised. What is going on? Siskin making moves on Ricky Boy. Ricky Boy trying to make the move back. Doesn't get it done. Axis off the track. Siskin just a little bit wide into that corner. Loses a little bit. No, sorry, that was Ricky Boy, not Siskin. In Infrared, 3 seconds back to start the race. Ricky Boy has lost the pack. Siskin going for a move on Lexus and maybe even MW into turn 1. Does get the move on Lexus. A very nice move and hits the grass. What the hell did that happen? I don't know. Axis is going to be looking for a move on Matthew Gao hopefully soon enough, because I want to see some moves. Lexus back up into P2 after that mistake from Siskin, letting Ricky Boy back in the slipstream. MW goes really narrow and hits the grass again under the pressure of Lexus up into P2 into P1. Siskin catching onto the back. Ricky Boy going for a move on Siskin, but he moves off. Ricky Boy just getting pushed really wide there and letting MW gap them again. This is AL in a nutshell right now. Siskin gets pushed wide by MW and Ricky Boy goes through into the very long V section. MW onto the runoff, which promotes Lexus into P1 for now. Lovely little move from MW, pushing Lexus off the track a little bit there. Ricky Boy up into P3. I saw Axis there going wide. Lexus back up into P1 again after MW hits the grass once again. Going for a move into turn 1. Lexus gets pushed wide. No! Ricky Boy up into P1. Oh my god. And That move by MW has just killed himself and Lexus, so they're now down in P3 and P4 after gapping Siskin and Ricky Boy. Siskin going for a move to try and get to the lead of the race into the hairpin. Most likely Ricky Boy smartly defends that off, takes the cut and pushes both of them wide. They all just followed each other. Siskin goes through and pushes Ricky Boy off the track. That was a pretty dirty move from him. That will definitely be getting reported by Ricky after the race. MW going in to turn 1, getting down the inside of Siskin and gets through. Ricky Boy has been killed. Guzzy Man, who is asking in the chat. Siskin trying to make a move on MW. He's defending well, I must say. He's doing really well in this race so far. Lexus back up into the slipstream, hoping for a mistake. Siskin down the runoff. Everyone's using that runoff. I'm excited to see that used a lot more. Siskin goes wide, almost killing with that rejoin. Just about as bad as the one he done in Monaco, and pushes Lexus onto the grass. There we go. Ricky Boy is back up into the slipstream after getting killed. Lexus a little bit far back, but don't worry, he will be there soon enough. We're coming up to the stage where soft runners will start to peel into the pit lane to most likely go on to... Oh, Ricky Boy! What the hell? Mitchell made a mistake, so then Ricky Boy followed them, making the same mistake. Mitchell is now down into P2. Siskin goes wide, comes onto the track like Lance Stroll, and almost kills Mitchell. But he is back up into P1. Do not worry. This is going to be a very, very big fight for the lead of the race. Mr. Crunk, please mute in the voice chat. Siskin is in the slipstream. Mitchell hits the grass and loses Siskin a little bit there. Counter steer into that corner, not to be advised. We are on lap 8 of the soft now. People will pit now, I presume, for either 12 hards, or I guess they could take the softs 9 laps and do mediums, but I doubt they will want to be doing that. Siskin doing some Max Verstappen defense moves here. It's actually pretty fun to watch. Metro making the move into the pit lane. Lexus stays out. Axis stays out there now. 1-2. Axis is caught back onto the slipstream of Lexus, which is great to see. Ricky Boy has been making... Oh no, he's pit already. My bad. I did not see that. Where will he come out? He will come out just behind. He's on softs. Why is Ricky Boy on softs with 11 laps to go? I mean, I guess it could work. I guess he could do 2 softs to the end now. I don't really know. Up at the top. Oh, no, not up at the top. We're looking at this Mathigal going down the inside of Siskin. Gets the move back, though, with a lovely switchback. Pushes Ricky Boy to the grass. Through goes Mitchell. Ricky Boy fighting back to get that position down. Mathigal has not pit. Surely he lets them through to get the slipstream. No, he does not. He is fighting everyone and going for the move into turn 1. And hits the grass and lets both of them through. Fair enough. Through at the front, Lexus is still in P1, who is going for the 2-stopper on mediums, and it's looking like it could work because they've now got a pit stop advantage to Ricky Boy. But for some reason, Ricky Boy's went onto a new set of softs, so he's going to be doing 2 softs to the end now. He's going to be doing 6-6 on softs. That seems very strange. We will need to wait and see what happens. There, Mathigal into the pits, same as Lexus, who comes out just behind the pack. Axe is going on for 11 laps on mediums. Maybe he'll try to do the softs to the end now. Mathigal comes out in last behind Infrared, who's also went for the 3 on softs. That's a very, very strange strategy, but we've got a train of 4 cars here, led by Ricky Boy, who does not want these cars to be slipstreaming him. He needs to get the advantage very quick, so he gets... I'd imagine that's a mistake from him, going on to the new set of softs again. That is definitely not the optimal strategy. Axes into the pits. Where is he going to come out? Quite a bit behind, not pitting. He's on mediums. He's on fresh mediums. So he should have the advantage at the end. Ricky Boy needs to break away from Siskin, MW, and Lexus now if he wants to have any chance of getting that podium. It's not looking likely. Mitchell and Siskin somewhat slipping each other. Siskin off the track, tries to brake check Mitchell, and Lexus does not let it happen by the other two. Down into P4 now. Ricky Boy is getting that gap that he will want, but Mitchell is back up. There's one. Yep, there we go. Mitchell is up, fighting Ricky Boy on the hard tyres. Lexus going for a move on the mediums, pushes Mitchell a little bit wide there. The start of a lag rocket from Siskin, and Mitchell there counter steering to defend from Siskin. That was a pretty good move. No, I'm not Kibble's son, but I mean, thanks for thinking that. He is not Scottish though. Oh, Mitchell off the track. He's down into P4. Axis is actually closing in as well. Ricky Boy has made a mistake there as well, which has let Lexus, but Lexus is making mistakes now as well. Siskin's on his ass. Going to look for a move into turn 1, or maybe even before that, on the straight. Will he get the move done, or is he just a little bit too far away? He backs out of it. That's a great move from Siskin to back out of that. You love to see that from him. Mitchell is closing back in with the fights going on ahead, and just his pace, because he does seem to be pretty damn rapid. Oh, what the hell? It looked like he just braked on the straight. He didn't even... Oh, Siskin and Lexus onto the into the runoff. Siskin into the hairpin and cuts the grass far too much. Turns into a grass cutter. Mitchell is on his slipstream. Will look to make a move on the main straight, or before that, Ricky Boy into the pits. He has definitely made a mistake there. That is definitely not the optimal strategy with the 2-stop. Mitchell and Siskin battling into the big long right-hander with the slipstream Lexus in P1. For now, I'd love to see a little Lexus win here today, but the two new ones are not wanting to let Lexus get away with it. Mitchell pushed onto the grass. Siskin almost taken the runoff, but doesn't have it. Lexus, oh, what a send! Jesus Christ, what a move from Mitchell. That was incredible. Absolutely sent from absolutely nowhere and got the move done. Siskin now with the slipstream into turn 1. Will he try and make the move? He will not. He's backed out of it again. Great from him just to see AL Driver is actually backing out of things. Axis is now in P4 and Ricky Boy down in P5 with the move. Siskin and Mitchell fighting into the weird triangle section. I don't know the names of the corners. Siskin gets the move done, but we could see another Mitchell send here into the hairpin. Will he try it again? Will he try it? No, he does not. Just hits it back, and they both hit the hairpin, which has allowed Lexus to get a massive gap to them. Lexus is pretty much... This is Lexus's race to lose now. As Mitchell and Siskin are still fighting once again into turn 1. He's not backing out of it this time. He's going for the move into turn 1. Mitchell hits the grass. Siskin breaks far too much there, and Axis is closing in to try and get the podium. These two fighting has allowed Axis to close right back in. Come on, Axis, get this fight as 3 people. Mitchell looking for the send into the weird section. Oh, misses the runoff and hits the grass. Axis up into P3. This is amazing stuff here. Mitchell just obviously crumbling under the pressure of his first proper race here. He's looked good in mocks, he's looked good in time trials, but that is not everything. Axis has got the race experience and knows how to properly race with other people. Siskin has got a pretty substantial gap into P2. Mitchell is closing in on the slipstream of Axis. Lexus is breaking a little bit too much into that corner there. Just keep it on the track and you should be having a very good battle with Mitchell very, very soon. Will Mitchell send it up the inside of the hairpin again? He does. He tries it. It doesn't work. They're too wide into the final few corners, and it almost works for him again, but second time was not a charm. Into turn 1, they will be fighting gaps everywhere other than these two. Mitchell going for the move into turn 1. Axis backs out of that, taking the slipstream instead. That was a pretty good move from Axis, or else he was probably going to be eating grass for the next week. He has somewhat lost his slipstream here. No, he has not. Mitchell going wide into that turn, hitting the grass. Goes Axis. Ricky Boy is approaching though, although it seems just too late. Mitchell taking the run off Axis, hitting grass, done exactly what Mitchell done, and now Lexus is going to be the starting final lap. But look up in the top right, all 4 of these cars all fighting for the podium. Anything can happen on this final lap. Lexus has managed to gap everyone by a good amount, so we will watch him in the final few corners. Mitchell makes a mistake. Axis is back on the slipstream, gets brake checked a little bit. Mitchell hits the grass again, brake checks him again. He's not letting Axis pass, but he is right there. Now Ricky Boy is catching. We could see a late lunge from Ricky Boy. Axis down just in the slipstream, but as we go past the hairpin, will he go for a move down the inside? No, he doesn't, but we will need to watch Lexus now, because he has had an incredible race hitting the grass there, but he's going to win race 1 in Spain. Siskin is in P2, and then at the back it's going to be Mitchell who takes P3, Axis in P4, Ricky in P5, just catching Mathigal on debut. Mitchell is not happy. He is left already. He wanted that win. Well done to Lexus though. That was an incredible drive from him. And then the 2 debutants, Mathigal in P6, in the Alpine in P6, and then Infrared in P7. What a damn race that was. That was incredible. That was an amazing race. Lexus just completely showing that he is not to be messed with going into the start of this season. He is going for it. He's gone for it this season, and it's amazing to see. Axis almost with the podium as well, but it is Mitchell and Siskin who take the other 2 podium spots. Ricky Boy with the 2-stop after saying the 2-stop wasn't advised. I think that was a mistake from him, I'm not going to lie. And then there are two debutants who are not that far back in P6 and P7 as well. Not the best attendance, but that don't matter. Next week, we will be in Igora Drive, hopefully with a few more drivers. But we will be there, and hopefully we'll have a race just as good as this, if not even better. This was good racing today. Thank you, everyone, very much for watching. We will be back next week. Adios.